Hello, welcome back to the James Rambling Reviews for yet another episode, and in today's episode I'm actually going to be reviewing for you kind of like a different movie. I'm going to be reviewing Godzilla Minus One Minus Color. Now before I get into that, where I'll talk about the plot, how I felt about the movie, what I'd give it out of 10 and stuff like that, I'll just give you a bit of a usual bit of context where, going into the movie, how you would expect me to feel, just so you kind of understand my perspective before I go on ahead and review a movie or whatever. So when it comes to Godzilla, right, it's this kind of franchise where I'm not like the hugest fan of it, and what do I mean by that? So what I pretty much mean is that I have seen like a few Godzilla movies, if you know what I mean, but I haven't seen like every single Godzilla thing there is to do with Godzilla. I obviously have seen the original Godzilla Minus One, so I really did enjoy that. That did surprise me, because even as somebody who's loving Japanese media and just loves like Japanese stuff, kind of stuff like that, I was surprised because I'm not somebody who's a big fan of that, and so there's like a lot of an emotional plot going on, a lot of like character driven stuff, and it's kind of interesting to see how they would kind of have this whole movie where it was an emotional tone and I'd really get invested in the story, because usually what I'd experience from Godzilla is like big dumb action, but this actually had a bit of a storyline going on, a bit more emotional. So there's definitely that about the movie and stuff like that, and how I would go in with the context and things. So Godzilla Minus One Minus Color, what is it actually about? So without like spoiling every single bit of detail about this movie, it's pretty much just the same plot as the original kind of version of the film, and how it like ties into the World War in the 1940s and Godzilla, and how he does that thing and he does all this crazy stuff to these people, and how it impacts them and what they have to do in order to stop Godzilla. And that's all I was saying, because you want to watch Godzilla Minus One, or you want to watch Godzilla Minus One Minus Color as well. So there's that. So how did I actually feel about this movie? So Godzilla Minus One Minus Color is definitely an interesting one for me, because as I have established, right, I absolutely loved Godzilla Minus One. But I would say with Godzilla Minus One Minus Color, it's interesting because not a lot of movies nowadays are black and white, because of course technology has evolved where you can afford so much CGI and color and things, so black and white isn't really a common thing anymore. So to see movies doing like these versions of movies where it be like black and white, essentially, you see, and also because it's black and white, it presents this new style to the movie, and it feels a bit creative in that sense, that, like Godzilla feels a little bit more scary in this movie, and the way certain scenes are shot is very dark and emotional. So when characters are talking and they're going through something really sad, you feel that it's a little bit more sad because it's just dark. So there's that, and it definitely goes to show how it would kind of factor in, especially because it's kind of feeling different to how the original cut felt. So there's that about the movie. I would actually also say that I feel like this movie actually has a very good pacing, where you'll have those moments, those like slow moments where they'll be talking and all that kind of stuff. Godzilla comes in, he does his thing, and then it just, the pacing is just at a right amount of rate, where you can feel when it's fast and when you can feel when it's slow, and there's a very good balance in the tone where it's not always just, it's very emotional and very sad, right, but then you have the fun character moments between the Japanese actors and things of that nature. And I would say that about the movie. I would give this movie like a solid 8 or 9 out of 10. Is it something I would go back and rewatch 10 times or something like that? Probably not, but it was interesting for me to actually kind of see how the black and white version would turn out, and so that's what I would say about this movie. So stay tuned for more reviews like this. This is another short and sweet James Rambling Reviews video. I did try to record this a few times, as obviously there's a lot to talk about, so I want to try and get all my thoughts into the video in one go kind of thing. So that's my review. Stay tuned for more. There'll be House of the Dragon on Monday as per usual. You'll be expecting that. So yeah, that's my review. Bye bye bye. Godzilla Minus One Minus Color. What did you think? Let me know in the comments. Bye 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 bye.